Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here we're going to be doing a should you summon. I'm going to lay this video out a bit differently so you can just glide through it with timestamps and everything. This is going to be the pre-information section. I'm just going to give a few answers to some questions that you might have. Got them right here for me, so you'd probably want to know if I'm summoning. No, I'm not summoning at all. There's nothing really on this banner that would like fit me long term, and anything that does fit me long term is pretty much something that would actually just be like a side option. Like SSBE, Vegeta, or UI Sign are good, but I'm not gonna go on the banner to chase them when everybody's here for Android 17. Also, I'm not trying to say Android 17 is not good. I think he's actually really good. It's just that I don't have the team for him anyways, and I wouldn't really use a team that he fits on as a dedicated unit. Like, it's just not for me. I always advise that you should watch showcases before summoning. Very important to actually get a good feel of the unit before you actually go in and summon on the banner. Don't just go summoning recklessly, because when something drops that you really want, you're not going to be able to get it. So what I also advise you do, if you go to the featured characters, you could actually try out the Android 17 yourself. Just press the try button on the bottom right and you'll be good. If you really aren't sure whether you should summon or not by the end of this video, what you should do, you should actually wait until the last day of the banner. The last day of the banner, it is, you can see here, it's on the 8th? The 8th of February. That's quite a long time. Couple weeks. We might get All-Star later on as well, but just to put that out. And you should also consider the future. What's in the future, if this unit is going to have longevity, so on and so forth. In the future, we got the anniversary coming up in about, it's the end of May, start of June, so you got quite a couple months, like 5 months. But you also got to consider if there's something that might drop that's actually of your interest in February, March, you know, so forth, so on and so forth. So that's down to you. Also consider your Chrono Crystal count. If you're gonna summon, if you have like 3k Chrono Crystals, for example, what are the odds of you getting the unit in 3k Chrono Crystals? Is it very high? Is it very low? And regardless, would you have them high stars? Would the investment be worth it? Are you a collector? All of that's down to you, but that's just the pre-information. I'm going to give you an answer for yes now and an answer for no now if you're going to summon or not. Okay, so I'm going to give you some reasons why you should summon, why the banner is actually useful. The banner is useful. It's not a bad banner at all, besides from the fact that there's only one new character, but outside of that, let me explain. So let's actually look at what's on the banner first. We obviously got 17, but I'm going to get into why he's good in a sec. We got the tag droids. They are very useful. I'm not going to lie. Their combos are long, and if you build them correctly, you can do a lot of damage. Do not sleep on them. Jiren has a plat. I don't see him having a lot of value, but he could Zenkai maybe this year, maybe next year. I don't know. Cell, he has a plat, but he could also Zenkai. I'm thinking with this Android 17 coming out, there's going to be an Ultra Cell that drops this year. That's just my take. Don't take that as a fact. SSBE is probably Zenkai bound. I'm not going to lie. This guy is not good. UI Sign, probably Zenkai bound, and Vegeta, he's lived his life, to be honest. He's probably the odd one out. So most of these banner units, as you can see, are really due a buff of some sort, besides maybe the tag droids, in my opinion. But even then, the tag droids, I could see them getting a platinum equipment. So there's a lot of investment to make on this banner. That's why I say it's good for one, even if you don't get 17. Now, that's just the general look on the banner. Don't worry about the regular sparking. They're mid, man. Go to the featured characters now. Let's look at actually 17. The reason why 17 is actually very, very good is that he's actually quite strong on the defensive end. He's going to be boosted. Any unit that's new is going to be boosted, though. So I don't really want to push that as like advertising for why the banner is actually good. Any unit that's going to be good is actually like any unit that's going to be new is going to be good because they're going to be boosted. It's very unlikely they'll be bad unless they just have a bad team. But going into why this guy is good, he has basically anti-rush. Like, it's actually insane. If you see here in his unique ability, let me show you where it is. The following effects occur when an enemy activates a special move, art, ultimate art, awakened art, or rising rush while this character is on the battlefield. So he shortens ally sub count. So if you want to switch out and you have like 3 counts left, you can do that. Very effective. And he cancels enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects. Now, the reason why this is important is because a lot of characters get that buff effect where they can nullify your endurance. And behold, this guy here, I'm pretty sure he has endurance as well, which is actually very, very good. So imagine you're getting rushed by the likes of Kula, who activates that nullify endurance from, I believe it's his main ability, or UGB, who does it through his rush. If he gets rushed, it immediately gets cancelled. I mean, yeah, it immediately gets cancelled. If he gets rushed by UGB, it immediately gets cancelled. So UGB will not take out the endurance that this guy has. So that's actually a really, really good thing to point out. So this guy will actually live very, very long. On top of the fact that he's a boosted unit, he's new, is generally just very, very valuable. to have this guy on your team if you want to avoid rising rushes. Couple things in his kit that are also just good. For example, like I said, he has endurance, restores own health by 25% when it reaches 0. That's dope. Blast damage against Fusion Warrior, UGB, and a lot of Fusion Warriors are in the meta right now. Overall, very, very good things to have on your team. I'm not gonna lie. Main ability can't be cover changed for 30 time accounts. Draw speed, just pointing out some good things about him. He will have a place on your team on the leader slot. After boost, I don't know, but it depends on the team you have. But that's my reasons for yes. Let's get into no. Now, reasons to not summon on this banner. Literally everything on the banner as of right now is not relevant in the meta, except maybe 17, simply because he will be boosted. All of these units here, you will not see them in PvP. Anybody using any of these units on this banner will be forcing it. So this banner here is literally not relevant right now. Everything on the banner is not relevant right now. People might try forcing USS. They did get new equipment and whatnot, but really and truly, the team isn't a built team. The team doesn't exist in the game as something that you could use as a standing force against others. So really and truly, you're summoning for a future purpose, not now. So right now, it has no relevance towards you. And to be honest, another reason why you shouldn't summon, you probably don't have a lot of Chrono Crystals. If you had a lot of Chrono Crystals, you make that decision for yourself. But you probably don't have a lot of Chrono Crystals because you summon on Tag 4s, Trunks and Vegeta, UGB, the reruns, the Limit Break. Whatever you summon on, you probably broke as hell down bad right now. So you're probably trying to stack your Chrono Crystals. Now, even if you did go in on the banner, you'd probably end up getting them low stars. 17. What's the point? You'd probably have them, what, 4 stars, 3 stars? It's not really worth it, is it? After he comes off the boost, mid. Most likely as well, because he's come out in January, he will very likely be on the anniversary banners too. So that's enough time for him to rerun when the anniversary comes around. And if the anniversary is USS based, as we're already starting the year USS, it's very likely that we get, if we get 3 parts again, it's very likely we get at least 1 banner that's USS. Anything besides from that, I feel like the boost is gonna take him out. I feel like his anti-rush is really what's gonna be the peak of him. That's just my take personally. Outside of that, it's really just people using him for preference, or they like USS. USS is eating and it's going to get a lot more buffs, but then again, you got to think about how you want to allocate your CCs. Is there anything else you're chasing, something you're waiting for? People waiting for a Kefla, if they're still going to keep buffing USS, if a Kefla drops, most likely going to be a good unit. Just looking forward to the future, giving you guys some speculation. But even for this, I feel like the main driving factor is that if you're free to play, you're not going to be able to actually get this unit a high star, just based on the fact that banners be trolling, bro. It is an LF banner, so there's pity, but it's also just very low value in the banner. Everything I said, like I said, the units are all an investment for the future, but there's only 1 Legend Limited that's new. There's not even 1% sparking. Yes, there is 18, sorry, that's new, the EX, but like, there's no way you're going in on a banner to summon on the EX, and it is an EX at the end of the day. You can try act like, oh, EXs are good, the unit's valuable, but at the end of the day, it's just an EX. You're not going to use it long term. I think that's everything I want to say for yes, but really and truly, just look at the end and start date. It's not going to last that long, but it's still a decent amount of time for you to make a decision. But really and truly, I'm weighing in more on the nose. The team as well is the big factor as well. It's not even built, so yeah, I just want to point that out. Now, to close out the video, the last thing I want to touch on is just a spending thing. I like to say that if you don't have 20k, it's not really worth it going in on the banner. 20k is a good amount to at least pull the unit once or twice at a minimum. If you get shafted and you don't get the unit after 20k, I'd say you got shafted. And the reason I say that is because there is the CC cap that caps at 20,000 Chrono Crystals, meaning that it makes it harder to gain Chrono Crystals once you're past 20,000. If you don't have 20,000 Chrono Crystals and you didn't get the unit, I wouldn't really call it a shaft, and you didn't really go that deep. However, at a time like this, I'm not going to say 20k is realistic for anybody. I don't even have 20k. So, again, I don't really think it's worth it for that reason. But again, if you're summoning, good luck. If you're not summoning, continue saving. Hope that goes well. Press the subscribe button on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. I know I made this video late, but it's literally because I woke up late. So, I didn't wake up late. I was sleeping on 17. But again, it's not really my cup of tea. Appreciate you guys for watching. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.